Hello everyone, I am Mr. U.S. Patil, Assistant Professor, Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Pharmacy, Kolhapur. This is a video lecture on colloids, learning outcomes. After learning this video, the learner will be able to define disperse system, classify disperse systems, appraise importance of size and shape of colloids, identify and compare different types of colloids, recognize the difference between lyophilic and lyophobic colloids. Colloids. What are colloids? The term colloid came from the two Greek words, colla meaning glue, idios meaning like. These are said to be glue-like substances. The term was first used in 1861 by Thomas Graham to classify mixtures such as starch in water, gelatin, and inorganic compounds such as gelatinous metal hydroxide. That is, colloids includes diverse types of substances like polysaccharide like starch, acacia, polypeptides like gelatin, albumin, etc., and even inorganic compounds. Colloids is not like a separate class of a compound. It is a state of a subdivision, and is many substances can be made to behave as a colloids by controlling their particle size. According to the particle size, we can have a different types of the systems. Like if particles at a molecular level will get a homogeneous dispersions which are called as the solutions. If particles are larger in the size, the dispersed systems are called as the suspensions. And in between these two, we can have a third type, that is colloidal mixture, which shows the properties intermediate between that of the solution and suspensions. Some of the examples of the colloids: protein and polymer solutions, micellar systems, liquid crystals and emulsions, suspensions, aerosols, foams, and other tertiary systems that fall within the colloidal size range. Dispersed systems. Dispersed systems consist of particulate matter distributed throughout a continuous phase. The particulate matter is called as dispersed phase, and the continuous phase is called as a dispersion medium. And they are classified according to the particle diameter of dispersed material. The first class is the molecular dispersion, where particle size is less than 1 nanometer. Particles are invisible in electron microscope. They can pass through the semi-permeable membrane and filter paper. Particles do not undergo sedimentation on standing. They undergo rapid diffusion, and examples includes some ordinary solutions of ordinary ions and glucose. Second class of dispersed systems, colloidal dispersions, particle size in between 1 nanometer to zero point 0.5 micron. The particles not resolved by the ordinary microscope, but they can be detected by the electron microscope or ultra microscope. This you cannot observe it under a simple ordinary microscopes. They can pass through the filter paper, but compared to the molecular dispersions, they cannot pass through the semi-permeable membranes. The particles made to settle by centrifugation. That is, they do not undergo sedimentation by the gravity, but then can be separated by the centrifugation or ultracentrifugation. Diffusion is very slow. Examples of colloidal dispersions include molecular dispersions, colloidal silver solutions, natural and synthetic polymers. Dispersed systems, third class, post dispersions. Particle size is greater than 0.5 micron. Particles are visible under an ordinary microscope. They do not pass through the filter paper of semi-permeable membrane. Particles settle down under the influence of gravity. They do not diffuse. For example, emulsion, suspensions, red blood cells. The tabular representation of classification based on the size. These are the three classes, respective sizes, and their examples. Size and shape of colloids. Now, size and shape of colloids is important, which governs the properties of the colloids. The particles lying in colloidal size range have a large specific surface area compared with the surface area of equal weight or equal volume of the larger particles. And this is what called as the specific surface area. Specific surface area is the surface area per unit weight or per unit volume of the material. This large specific area results in a number of properties shown by the colloids. For example, the platinum is effective as a catalyst only when found in a colloidal form due to a large specific surface area which adsorb reactant on their surface. The color of the colloidal dispersion is related to the size of the particles. For example, a red gold sol takes a blue color as the particle size increases. Not only the size, the shape of the colloidal particle is also important. The more extended the particle, the greater is the specific surface area, and the greater is the attractive force between the particles of the dispersed phase and the dispersion medium. Such type of extended shape or extended configuration of the particles or polymers is observed when there is attraction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. That is, in the type of the lyophilic colloids, we observe this extended type of the configuration of the uh, polymer molecules. The shape also affects other properties like a flow, sedimentation, and osmotic pressure of the colloidal system. The particle shape may also influence the pharmacologic action. Different shapes of the colloids. These are the different shapes of the colloids. Time of reflection spot. Why does hydrophilic colloids are more stable and can be easily formed than the hydrophobic colloids? Think on this. Record your answer in the notebook. If you have recorded your answer, play the video further. Types of colloids. Now, colloids are classified according to the first basis is the original state of their constituent parts. That is, first classification, this classification based on the state of matter of a dispersed phase and dispersion medium, whether it is in a solid form, liquid form, or gas form. And accordingly, there are this possible number of combination, 8 number of the combinations, as a solid in solid, solid in liquid, solid in gas, liquid in solid, liquid in liquid, liquid in gas, gas in solid, and gas in liquid. Solid in solid is called as a solid sol. Solid in liquid is termed as a sol. Solid in gas is termed as aerosol. The liquid in solid is termed as a gel. Liquid in liquid is emulsion. Liquid in gas is a liquid aerosol. The gas in solid is a solid foam. And gas in liquid is the foam. And these are the examples of these different types of the dispersed states. Second classification based on the nature of interaction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The first class under this is a lyophilic colloids. We will observe the attraction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. That is, there is a solvent attraction or solvent loving by the dispersed particles. The particles in lyophilic system have a great affinity for the solvent. If water is a dispersion medium, it is known as hydrosol or hydrophilic colloid. The readily solvated They can be readily solvated and dispersed even at a high concentration. And they are more viscid in nature, that is, they are having a very high viscosity. Examples of lyophilic salts includes sole of gum, gelatin, starch, protein, and certain polymers in organic solvents. The dispersed phase does not precipitate easily in case of the lyophilic colloids. The salts are quite stable as the solute particles surrounded by two stability factors, the negative or positive charge on the particles, and the second factor is the layer of the solvent. And because of that, lyophilic colloids are more stable than the lyophobic colloids. If the dispersion medium is separated from the dispersed phase, the sol can be reconstituted by simply remixing with the dispersion medium. That is, the redispersion is easy, hence the sols are called as reversible sols. Prepared simply by dissolving the material in a solvent being used. For example, dissolving or dispersion depending upon the whether it is polymer, the dissolution of the polymer matter gives the lyophilic colloid. They can be formed just by dissolving or dispersion of the material in a solvent. Second type under this classification is a lyophobic colloids. Lyophobic, a solvent repelling or solvent hating. The particle resists the solvation and dispersion in a solvent. That is, there is no attraction or little attraction is there between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. The concentration of particles is usually relatively low. They are less viscous compared to that of the lyophilic colloids. These colloids are easily precipitated on addition of a small amount of electrolyte or by heating or shaking. That is, they are less stable compared to that of a lyophilic colloids. Less stable as particles surrounded only with the layer of positive or negative charge. There is no solvent sheet around these particles. Once precipitated, it is not easy to reconstitute the sol by simple mixing with a dispersion medium. Hence, these are called as irreversible sols as opposed to that of the lyophilic sols. Examples of lyophobic sols include sols of metals and their insoluble compounds like sulfides and oxides. For example, a gold in water. Third type of a colloid based on the interaction between the disperse phase and dispersion medium is association colloid or amphiphilic colloids. Now, certain molecules are termed as amphiphiles or surface activation. They are characterized by the two regions of opposing solution affinity within the same molecule. For example, this is a pictorial representation of a amphiphilic molecule or surfactant molecule. It has two portions, a polar head group, so hydrophilic in nature, and non-polar tail, which is hydrophobic in nature. That is, in the same molecule, there are two regions of opposing solution affinity. The spectral representation of a example of surfactant, that is, it is a sodium lauryl sulfate. Now, at a low concentration, the surfactant molecules or amphiphils exist as a separate entities or separate molecules. The size of each molecule is a subcolloidal size, that is below the colloidal size range. And here this picture shows this. At a low concentration, the molecule exists individually and most of them are concentrated or gathered at the surface. At high concentration, they form the aggregates which are called as the micelles, which may consist of 50 or more number of the molecules or monomers, and comes in the that they micellin have the size in the colloidal cycling. The second picture shows this at high concentration. The surface is saturated as well as the bulk is saturated with the monomers, and after that it starts to form the micelles. Surfactant micelles, this is the surfactant molecule, two regions, hydrophobic region, hydrophilic head group. At high concentration, they undergo self-assembling or association to form this type of a spherical micelle. Outer one is the hydrophilic cell, and inner one is the hydrophobic core, and the size is in the maybe in the range of like 3 to 5 nanometers, containing the 30 to 100 molecules. This term as a micelle number 30 to 100. Surfactants may be a cationic surfactant, it may be anionic surfactant, or it may be the non-ionic surfactant. What is critical micelle concentration? It is also termed as CMC. The lowest concentration at which the micelles first appear is called as the critical concentration for micelle formation, or it is the critical micelle concentration. The phenomena of micelle formation can be explained as below critical micelle concentration, the amphiphiles are adsorbed at interface or at the surface, and as the amphiphile concentration is raised, both the interface and the surface or interface and the bulk phase become saturated with the monomers, and any further addition of amphiphile leads to the aggregation to form the micelles. In water, the hydrocarbon chain face inward into the micelle, forming a hydrocarbon core, or it is called a lipophilic core, and surrounded by polar heads, polar portions of amphiphile associated with the water molecule. While in case of a non-polar liquid, the polar heads facing inward and the hydrocarbon chains are associated with the non-polar liquids. These are what called as a normal micelles, and these are what called as a reverse micelles. At a concentration close to the critical micelle concentration, spherical micelles are formed, and at the high concentration, the shape gets changed to the laminar micelles. And these are the some different shapes of the surfactant molecules and the micelles. The A is the cone-shaped surfactant, which results in the normal micelles, spherical normal micelles. The C is the champagne cork-shaped surfactant that may result in a non-aqueous solution or on as a reverse micelle with a control of their size by water content. E is the interconnected cylinder type of the micelle, this one, and the F is the planar laminar phase micelle, and when it undergoes, let's say, it becomes circular of this, then it's called as this onion-like laminar phase. This is a three-dimensional, 3D pictorial representation of different shapes of the micelles. Comparison of colloidal soles. Now we all learn about this lyophilic sole, associated soles, or lyophobic soles. These are three types of the colloidal systems: lyophilic, lyophobic, and the associated are called as micelles. Now, what is the difference between these three? The dispersed phase difference is a large organic molecule with a colloidal size. In case of lyophobic, inorganic particles are there as, for example, gold. While in case of associated type of the colloidal system, dispersed phase is a micelle of organic molecules or ion size below the colloidal size. The molecules of a dispersed phase are solvated in case of a lyophilic, and they are formed spontaneously. Here, hydrophilic and lyophilic portions are solvated and form at a concentration above CMC, while in case of lyophobic colloid, they are not formed spontaneously. The viscosity of lyophilic colloid increases with increasing the disperse phase concentration. That is, as the particle concentration or polymer concentration increases, the viscosity goes on increasing. In case of associated colloids, the viscosity increases with increasing the micelle concentration. In case of lyophobic, the concentration is not greatly influences the viscosity. Lyophilic colloids are stable dispersions in the presence of electrolytes, but with addition of a small amount of electrolyte, in case of lyophobic, there may be a separation, that is coagulation or coagulation may occur. In case of associated colloid, addition of electrolyte, its critical micelle concentration decreases with increase in the concentration of electrolyte. In case of the amplifiers are anionic or cationic in nature. Thank you.